I'm actually sitting on one of these discs right now, but this is like a little wobble disc that you can sit on in the car. So you want to sit on it just for maybe half your drive, and it engages all the muscles in your spine and your back. So you have to sit up straight when you're sitting on it. So that's one thing. Another thing when you're driving, I do notice that most people lean to one side. So you like lean after a while, or you lean after a while. And a good way to, if you're not aware of which way that you lean in your car is more than like a couple months old, if you look at the center console or at the side of the door, there'll be a divot where your elbow is. So and I know that because I had it. So
I don't want to look.
Don't look. But if you do see it, like say you lean toward your driver's door, you just want to try to be aware and pull yourself to the other side. I'm not saying you have to sit like this and drive like 10 and 2 like you're taught in driver's ed, but it's important to have to lean in both ways so you don't get really tight low back and then also hamstring problems. Sometimes people even get sciatic pain after driving because of that seated leading posture.
You bring up a good point with 10 and 2. Some people were taught that in driver's ed. Some people were taught to hold down here on the steering wheel. Is there a good steering wheel position you should be holding so you're not straining your shoulders?
Shoulder wise, I'm not a driver's ed teacher. Shoulder wise, if you roll your shoulders down and back and then you hold the bottom of your steering wheel, it's actually better for your elbows and your shoulders. So if you look at me from the side, if my shoulders are down and back and I'm holding down here at the lower end of my steering wheel, that's a little bit easier on my shoulders. But if I hold up here, that's going to make all the muscles in through your neck quite short, and it also hurt the wings of your scapula. So if you hold lower, it's more comfortable and more advantageous for your posture.
You have stretches for before and after a car ride.
Okay, you ready? Do you want to do them with me today?
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so one of the great stretches is a standing hamstring stretch. So when we're sitting, of course, it like hurts our butt. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. So shoulder width apart. And then you're going to hinge from your hips. So we're not going to bend forward like a rag doll. You're going to stay tight in your core and then hinge forward. And you'll start to feel your hamstrings right here. And then you hold that position for about 30 seconds.
I disappeared, but yeah. Okay, yeah, you feel that in the hamstrings.
So the next one you're going to do, if you have the balance, you can do it without holding onto the car, but you can hold onto the car and bring your knee into your chest. That feels really good and stretches the one side that might be tilting to the other side. And that, it just feels good and is nice to engage everything because you have to engage and stay tight to stretch that leg. And then you just, of course, do it on the other side.
Feel it in the hip too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. We can do that before we get in the car.
And then there's one other one that I love. It's a neck stretch. Sometimes driving, it hurts my neck. I don't know about you, but this is a stretch that I love. So I take my wrist and you hold onto your wrist behind your back. So like that, your elbow can be bent, that's fine. Or you can straighten it out. And then you're going to rotate your head away from the hand that you're holding, and then tuck your chin down. You should feel that all through this part of your neck.
I love that you're bringing this up because I just saw this stretch on your TikTok the other day. And I tried it at home. I was like, ooh, that feels good.
You're like, oh, that's okay. I'm glad you like that. This one is for your calves. That's something that we kind of forget when we're driving, that our calves get sore. But sore calves can cause foot pain and then pain up the leg and then into the back. So just a regular calf stretch where one leg goes forward and one leg is back. You're going to keep your heels on the ground and just lean into it. And then the little extra thing to do with that is the back knee. You're going to keep your feet in the same spot, so feet right on the floor. And then you're just going to bend this back knee, and then you'll feel it in a different spot in your calf. And it's like pretty deep and uncomfortable. But that's a good one to do pre and post drive, because like calf cramps are terrible when you're driving, and it just like feels nice.
Okay, are there additions that you should be adding to your car just to make you sit better?
Yes. So if you have lumbar support, you want to like put that in, right? But if you don't, or if it's not enough, you can take like one of these little hand towels, which most of us have at our house, and you roll it up like this. So it's a roll. And this chair has a hole in it, but if it didn't, you put it right here and it supports your low back really, really nicely
Huh.
while you're driving.